Hello, I'm Codrin Tapu, your psychology professor, and today we're going to begin our journey to the field of psychology. But what is psychology? Psychology is the science of mind and behavior. The mind is the set of subjective experiences and internal actions to adapt to the environment based on brain functions and external influences. Behavior is the set of visible movements and acts occurring spontaneously or in response to stimuli. The first concerns about the psyche, the human psyche or the soul, appear in antiquity, in the writings of Greek philosophers like Socrates, Plato, and Aristotle. In the Bible, information is presented on the link between the body and the soul states. For example, joy resides in the kidneys, anger in the liver, and so on. Hippocrates, the father of medicine, showed that personality traits depend on body humor and that mental illness is a disease. However, until French physician Philippe Pinel liberated them from their chains and introduced a moral treatment, the mentally ill were widely thought to be possessed by demons. Psychology as a science dates back to the 19th century, when Wilhelm Wundt founded the first psychology lab in Leipzig, Germany. The first influential classification of mental illness was made in the late 19th century by German psychiatrist Emil Kraepelin. Laying the foundation of behavioral neuroscience, Russian physiologist Ivan Pavlov studied conditioned reflexes, whereas American psychologists John B. Watson and B. F. Skinner investigated complex stimulus-response patterns, founding the study of behavior. During the 20th century, motivation and cognition became the main focus areas of psychology. In the 21st century, neuroscience and psychology became increasingly comprehensive and integrative, encompassing all aspects of brain, mind, behavior, and environment. Let's see what are the parts of the mind. Consciousness, the actual mind, is what a person knows that they perceive, think, and feel at a certain moment. The subconscious, the latent mind, is the set of images or ideas that once were conscious, are no longer so, but can always get back into consciousness. It is the content of our memory. The unconscious, the unknown mind, is the set of needs, images, and ideas of which the subject has no knowledge. It's the needs we never are aware of, and the memory is forgotten but still there. The functions of the mind are experience of the world, the environment and the own self, adaptation to the environment, transforming the environment to adapt it to the needs of the individual, creating, building a human environment, culture and civilization, the spiritual function involving deity or the idea of absolute. The system of psychological sciences is divided into general psychology and particular branches of psychology. General psychology studies general mental principles and mental processes. The particular branches of psychology are divided into theoretical and applicative branches. The theoretical branches of psychology study various mental processes, psychology of perception, memory, and so on, or the psyche as a whole, biopsychology, psychology of consciousness, personality psychology, and so on. Applied branches study human behavior in various areas of life: educational and school psychology, clinical, health, industrial organizational psychology, and so on. Psychological testing is the applied branch that targets assessment and evaluation of the psyche, while psychotherapy is the branch that deals with the treatment of psychological dysfunctions. let's see what are the basic tenets of psychology. Firstly, the biological determinism. The psyche is dependent on the central nervous system and the whole body. The environmental determinism. The psyche depends on external, physical, and socio-cultural factors. Subjective experience and reflection. The mind reflects subjectively, mentally, the objective, physical reality, generating mental experience. Action and behavior. The psyche changes the environment by acting upon it. Change and development. The mind is in a continuous transformation while preserving its identity. It changes daily, it develops to maturity, but does not cease to evolve until the end of life. Integration. The psyche is a whole. Mental operations, perception, thinking, etc. do not work separately but coordinated in order to adapt globally to the environment. Thank you, and see you to the next lecture of psychology.